The Arizona Veterans Service Advisory Commission sponsored a Veterans Town Hall meeting in the Lee Little Theater at the Eastern Arizona College on Saturday, January 16th. Two announcements made to increase medical care for veterans were the expanding of video conferencing doctor appointments at Safford's Clinic and the construction of a veterans home in Tucson.
But we're going to be enhancing that program so that we'll offer it to more specialties. So there'll be capability to do that not only with nutrition, with mental health, but potentially with dermatology. So we're going to really broach those topics that we can do that you may not have to be in Tucson for your appointment, for a follow-up or a checkup, but we'll be able to do that without you always having to make that trip down to Tucson.
Because Arizona is, when it comes to veteran-supported programs, is behind every state in the nation. We need more veterans homes in this state. We need about 6 of them. We need a veterans home in Yuma. We need one in Flagstaff. We need one up around Kingman, Lake Havasu. And we need one in Tucson. We are going to break ground on that home on the 19th of March at 1 o'clock. I got the money, $30 million. And the commission has helped me with that. That'll be a 120-bed community assisted living facility, state-of-the-art, for not only for our elderly veterans, but we are going to leave some rooms open for combat wounded veterans who are visiting the VA Medical Center. It's going to be on the grounds of the VA Medical Center at Tucson, and combat wounded veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan, or even Vietnam older veterans, can stay in our rooms and cross the parking lot to go get treatment. So
let me explain something. The reason we ask you to fill out a card on this, we follow up on this stuff. We make sure you get your question to the right source. We got the people here. Don't leave this room today without talking.
Some veterans felt they should be able to ask the committee questions without having to write them down and express their displeasure when asked to do so.
Why have the meeting if you're not going to listen to us?
Yes, sir. We're not going anywhere. I'm right here.
No, you're going to go stand outside, and that means we got to stand around longer because that board's not going to listen to us, and that's what these guys want. They want that board to listen, not paper.
Very well, sir.
Write out your question.
We're working.
My question, I just gave it to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
They say they go through them later. Why can't these guys ask questions now and get it over with and get some kind of answer? The only thing is I'm concerned about is they keep talking about money. We don't get none. Our money's set up by what they give Social Security. All right, I get Social Security and I get it, so I'm getting nothing this year. And I'm sure a lot of these guys have the same questions, but they can't ask it because they got to put it on paper. And when you got a stack of paper this much, what good is it?
There's a lot of issues that we're discussing today at this town hall, and I'm not trying to play the devil's advocate, but with the economy the way it is, and veterans are worried about the little bit of health coverage that they might get, you know, there's a lot of them out there that don't know that the benefits are available to them. We need to find out a way to get a hold of these veterans. The younger veterans need to step up and figure out how we can help these older veterans. Like you saw a lot of the crowd get up and leave in there because they're not getting answers, and we need to find out how to get these veterans answers, because right now we wouldn't be where we're at without these veterans that have served for us. So I was in the Army in the first Gulf War, and on January 16th, 1991, we invaded Iraq to try to liberate Kuwait from Saddam Hussein. I was shot over there twice in the war, through my shoulder and through my knee. And the VA has been real good about rebuilding my body, so to speak, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it on my own. I do my outpatient stuff through the Safford Clinic. One gentleman in there addressed that it takes a month or two to get an appointment, and I can attest to that. I can say that it does. If upwards of 3 months I've had to wait. And we addressed another issue about the emergency room deal. We were told that unless you're on your deathbed, you need to make your way to Tucson to the emergency room and not here in Safford. Well, my wife took me to the emergency room here because I thought I was having an appendicitis attack. and we're still fighting that bill for the VA to pay for it, because it turned out that I had some issues with my stomach, and it was service connected, but we're still fighting. I've had to gather up all the bills and submit them to the VA, and we still get letters that it hasn't been paid. And it's those kinds of things that, if I'd have been a little more informed, you know, and been able to say, hey, we have a, you know, can we go to the emergency room, can we not? We were told that unless my wife was a nurse practitioner or higher up, that she couldn't make that decision to take me to Tucson or Safford, and that's like a slap in the face. You know, and I'm not putting down the VA by any means. They've been good, but it seems like some people will tell you one thing and somebody else will tell you another. There's not a lot of consistency as to, well, the old cliche, the right hand doesn't know what the left one's doing. And I think that we need to have VA employees that are a little more consistently trained, and veterans that are a little more consistently informed.